It took decades, but Star Trek just reveals Ben Sisko's true purpose as an emissary. For decades, fans of Star Trek Deep Space Nine have debated the meaning behind one of the franchise's most complex and morally layered characters, Benjamin Sisko. Introduced as a pragmatic Starfleet officer tasked with commanding a space station on the edge of Federation space, Sisko quickly became more than just a starship captain. He was the human face of the Byron people's struggle, the mediator between warring factions, and, most notably, the emissary of the prophets. But what exactly did it mean for a man of science to be the representative of beings who exist outside of linear time? Only recently, with careful revisiting of DS9's arcs and Star Trek's expanded universe, does the full depth of Sisko's purpose emerge, revealing layers the show hinted at but never fully spelled out. At first glance, Sisko's role as emissary seemed almost symbolic, a narrative device to explore faith in a secular universe. The prophets, enigmatic wormhole-dwelling entities revered by the Bjorns, communicate in abstract visions, often testing Sisko's judgment and patience. His initial reluctance to embrace this spiritual mantle mirrors a common human tension, the struggle to reconcile faith with rationality. Yet the series, subtly and masterfully, never allowed Sisko to remain just a skeptical observer. From the first episode, the station itself becomes a crossroads for cosmic and moral forces. Every encounter with the prophets, every vision, every cryptic message is a calibration, shaping Sisko into someone capable of handling dilemmas that extend beyond Starfleet regulations or the usual Prime Directive. The genius of Deep Space Nine lies in the slow unfolding of Sisko's transformation. Unlike other Star Trek captains who face episodic moral quandaries, Sisko's story is cumulative. His decisions have ripple effects spanning decades of interstellar politics and warfare. The Dominion War, perhaps the most prolonged and morally ambiguous conflict in Trek history, tests him in ways no other captain had experienced. Here, the emissary's purpose begins to crystallize. Sisko is not just a liaison between humans and prophets. He is a fulcrum balancing the scales of the galaxy itself. His wisdom, tempered by the prophet's guidance, allows him to navigate impossible ethical decisions that ultimately define the course of the Alpha Quadrant. It is telling that Sisko's role as emissary is not a superpower, but a responsibility, and one he carries with profound personal cost. Unlike a traditional superhero figure, he does not wield the prophet's power as a weapon. His visions often come with riddles and moral tests, forcing him to act with humility and foresight. This aspect of Sisko's journey is frequently overlooked. The true power of the emissary is influence, not force. In a universe dominated by technological might and military escalation, the prophet's choice to invest Sisko with guidance rather than domination speaks volumes about Star Trek's enduring philosophy. The most potent change agents are those who act with conscience, empathy, and moral clarity. Recent reexaminations of DS9, through both expanded universe novels and the lens of modern storytelling, illuminate what was only implicit in the 1990s. Sisko's decisions often anticipate and prevent crises that the Federation would struggle to address without his unique insight. In this light, his purpose as emissary becomes more than spiritual. It is strategic. He is the ultimate bridge between cultures, a man whose understanding of time, history, and consequence allows him to mitigate conflict before it explodes. Where other captains might rely solely on protocol, Sisko relies on insight, informed by a consciousness that has glimpsed eternity through the wormhole. The prophet's selection of Sisko was not an arbitrary spiritual nod. It was a cosmic endorsement of his capability to wield insight as power. Perhaps the most poignant revelation about Sisko's role comes in the series finale, where his departure with the prophets underscores a central truth. The emissary's work is both infinite and deeply personal. He does not vanish from the galaxy's story. He becomes part of a continuum that safeguards not just Bajor, but the moral fabric of the quadrant. This moment reframes the entire series. Every vision, every moral quandary, every struggle with faith versus duty is now seen as preparation. Sisko was being trained for decades to embody a role that transcends rank, title, or even time. The true purpose of the emissary is not merely to serve the prophets. It is to ensure that the galaxy's most fragile and critical balances are maintained through decisions that only a man of both human intuition and prophetic insight could make.